Hello, everybody. Guess what this is? It's another walk in the woods, you guys. Cody, where are you, buddy? Where are you? Cody is already like ahead. He's like trailblazing it already, and there he is. So yeah, Cody is getting ready to lead us into our walk. So yeah, so if you're not familiar with my channel, this is the Walk in the Woods series that I have. Try to get out in the woods and maybe take you guys with me and kind of talk about things that are going on, topics about just about anything. But I try to keep them honest and I try to keep them relevant to what's going on. Try to just make sure that they're positive, because I think that we need a lot of positivity in the world. And I think that right now, just see that there's just a lot of negativity, and I don't want to contribute to that. I was there, okay? Like I was there. I wasn't always so happy sounding. I was there. I was that Debbie Downer too. And I literally had to change everything about my life so that I could honestly say that I can come here on this channel that I'm creating with you currently. Like I have nothing, like literally I have nothing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just hope that this is just a channel that I can create with you guys and make it something positive and grow it into something that I think people will find use out of. So that's where I'm at. So let me get started on our walk in the woods. So welcome to the channel. If you're new again, welcome. Any new subscribers, welcome to this channel. Thank you guys. As soon as I start getting a little list going, I'm going to start reeling off new subscribers, because I really think that you guys deserve a shout out, and I will do that. I'll do that for all of you. So yeah, and please comment below, like ask me questions. I'm bored. Here it is. This is me honest. Okay, back to the point. Let's get back to this walk in the woods. I have a few things on my mind, so I'm going to chat with you through it, and we will probably just
follow Cody's butt.
And I'll pan around. And that's what we're out for. Oh yes, let's get started. We're gonna party. It's been raining a lot, guys. So that is the stream that runs kind of towards my house right now, and it's a little soaked. It's a little cray-cray, right, Cody? Cody, what'd you find? Is that a stick? He found a stick, you guys. Oh no. Oh, I didn't bring the ball thrower this time. So yeah, I didn't do that. Oh well. Cody will be fine. He can survive. All right, so we need to talk about just positivity in general. I've been watching the news, and honestly, I just don't really like anything I see in the news. I just see that it promotes a lot of negativity, and I've had some patients recently who tell me they have a hard time coping because of the news isn't really telling you anything nice. It's just telling you shock factor, so that's kind of been not so great. A lot of people are really struggling, so I'd like to bring a little bit of positivity here today with you guys. So here, how about this? I know we're in February, but I really didn't give you guys a list of like things to think about or consider coming into the new year. So I'm going to name a couple, the ones that come off the top of my head. I did actually make a list. It is currently on my phone, but I'm currently using it to film, so that's really not going to work. So, let me start off by saying, positivity tip number one, think about your health. Now, I'm not going to say that just because I'm a nurse practitioner or a nurse before that, but really think about your health. I mean, you are nothing without your health, guys. And so this is something that I've had to teach myself. This is something that I think a lot of people take for granted when they're young. It's all the time when you are not really having a lot of money coming in your life. So, but considering your health is so important, so important. And I mean, these days, one fail swoop, one major accident, and I apologize for the wind. I'm currently walking across a field. This is the field I'm walking across, and there's just a lot of wind going on here, okay? Yeah, pretty stuff. Yeah, Cody and I take the back trail. That's right. Oh, deer have been here. This has become the deer trail, huh, Cody? Just saw, yeah, I'll show you guys, because I think it's kind of cool. There is a deer track right there. I will come on to it facing this way so you kind of understand where it is. And I can teach you something. So right there, see how it dips in? So right there it dips in, and there's two prongs, and that's classic deer track. And I'm not a tracker. I don't know anything about tracking, but I know what a deer foot looks like. Positivity, point number 1, we were saying health. So that means getting out and walking, just like I'm doing. If you can do it, I totally recommend just going out for a walk. Start slow. I think what really stops a lot of people is they think they have to get to a mile like immediately, and you can't. All right, I tried it. You can't. It takes small steps, okay? And so when I started running, because I actually did a lot of running in my high school, that was something I enjoyed doing after school. I would go out for 6-7 mile runs. I had to get to that point though, all right? I was totally on that runner's high, guys. I know what that is. It's wonderful. It's really cool. But if you don't take care of yourself and you don't know what you're doing, you can really hurt yourself. So yeah, check out all that crazy running water, guys. I know. Woo, love it. That's how you get out in the world and see it. So, so I would run, and I loved it. I loved it so much. Running injury, which was, woo, look at that. Let's step over it, guys. I love this. Woo. So fun. I know. Simple things in life make me happy. Crossing a stream. There it is. Look like rapids today, but okay. If you are interested in running, you start slow, guys. You really do. I mean, you build it up. So start by just getting out and going for a walk. See how far you get. And if you feel that you're getting tired, call it a day. You know, make a goal for yourself. So I think I remember my first goal was I had to do 4 laps around the block in my house and around where I used to live, which was, I don't know, not even, it was like 0.2 miles. So I'd do 4 or 5 laps, right? And then I would jog 1 and see how far I got. And then from that point, that was when I would then say, okay, I was able to jog this far, and then I would mark it, and I'd use like landmarks. So I jogged around a neighborhood. So the landmark I had was a stop sign. So then I'd say, okay, how many times can I get back to the stop sign? So I'd do another run. And if I could do 2 loops around, then I'd advance. And then I'd find a different landmark. Or I'd find, if I got bored of the route, I'd find a landmark on the route I was going to do. And then I would get to that point and slowly move myself up. And every single time I'd push a little further and a little further until I was hitting 6-7 miles, right? I'm going up a hill. This is a steep incline, guys. So you can hear me breathing. I apologize. Woo. Don't worry, y'all. I can probably outpace a few of you. That's okay. For now. Eventually, I'm sure there are a few of you who I will not be able to come close. And that's okay. But today, we're out in the woods, right? A walk in the woods with Cody. This is Cody's favorite activity. So he really made sure that we did it today. Things I want to point out, if you are going to go into that, make sure, if anything you do, if there's anything you listen to me about, please invest in yourself. And I mean that. Buy yourself a good pair of shoes. Research it. Research what type of foot you have. Do you have a high arch? Do you have a flat one? Research. Make sure you know what you're buying. Some of the brands that I really like to buy from are New Balance, because they've made a heck of a shoe and they've been making them for a long time. And currently Brooks, that's who I use. So guys, do your diligence, do your research, and make sure you're buying something that's worthwhile. You should be rotating your shoes as well. A lot of people don't know that. You should make sure that you look at the treads on your shoes, and when you see that the tread is wearing thin, switch shoes, or rotate them, because you want them to wear evenly, like a car, right? They tell you to change your tires or rotate your tires. Same thing happens with shoes. It's rubber, so that you protect your feet, all right? And that's the NP in me, and that's also just personal experience. I would rotate my shoes. I had 2 or 3 different rotating shoes. When I wore one down, I would then use it in the ER, or I'd use it in the PACU or wherever I was working. I'd have a designated shoe that I knew was going to go to that area. So just think about that, guys. And I can't say much for socks, but I like ankle socks. I do wear, oh, that is one more thing I'll mention. I do wear compression. As a nurse, I stand long hours. But I also noticed that I would have similar symptoms when I was running long runs, right? 6 hours, or 6 miles. You know, it's a lot of pressure coming down on you, a lot of weight, a lot of fluid, a lot of stuff settling down when you run. So I would wear compression pants, and I will tell you who I recommend, and I'll put it in the links below. And I have been using them. I still use them to this day. Every nurse I talk to who I recommended this to says these are godsend. And I tell them, the secret is do not put them in the dryer. Wash them however you want, but do not put them in the dryer. Let them air dry. And I promise you they'll dry because the material is very, very breathable. And people ask me, like, don't you overheat? Don't you know? They're meant for runners. And I would wear them to run. So I tried them out running. And then I'd wear them in my, at work. And they work very well. And they also keep your figure. Ladies, if you need another recommendation there, really keep your figure going there. All right. So that is it for tip number 1. I will put those links below for those things that I recommended. Also for nurses, if you need a discount, you may get a discount through Brooks if you are able to prove to them that you are a nurse. There's a certain program for that, and as in you can request it through an email type service. I received the discount when I asked because I learned it from another nurse. So I'm happy to tell you guys about that. So I'll do my best to put that in the links below as well. All right. Oh, health. That was number 1. Number 2, make a plan. Have a goal for yourself. I think that's something really important that people like to forget or like to put off. Make a plan, as in write it down. If you write it down, you're more committed and more likely to do it. So getting a planner. I get a planner every year. I've been doing it since I started high school. I got into the habit of having a planner. So then when I got to college, I was like, what is wrong? What am I missing? And it was, I did not have a planner. Oh my God. Okay. So from that point on, I figured out that I needed to have a planner. And that being said, come on, bud. So, planner. I will give you a link, you guys, to my favorite planner, the one I use. It's called the Smart Planner. I think it's called the Smart Planner Pro. It's got a little compass on it. It's really cute. Now, it's a little pricey. It's kind of like a you fill it in kind of your own thing, but it has not just a calendar section, but it also has, you can number every week according to the week that you really want to focus in on. Like, let's say next week's really going to be a busy week, or the next 3 weeks are going to be super duper busy. So you can line them up and have those weeks in specific. So you have the month you can fill in, and you have room and gaps to write that stuff in too. That's really nice. It's really helpful. And then they leave some like pages in the back and stuff so that you can fill in. So I write notes all the time, or if I meet somebody, or if I need to write down a phone number, it's got all that stuff ready to go. And it's very organized. It has little strings so that you can see where you left off or what you were working on. So all that's been really cool about it. So I highly recommend that one. And it's starting to rain, guys. Can you see it? If you can't see it, you might hear it, guys. Woo! Get out of your comfort zone. That is going to be probably one of the most important things you will hear me say, and I'll probably say this again since there is a video I'm planning to release that will talk about this quite a bit. So get out of your comfort zone. Oh man, that's quite a hard one to do. But essentially, in order to grow and in order to change, you have to do it. And I know that sounds kind of scary, right? And I just mean it because I don't think I really started taking advantage of these opportunities until I finally got the confidence to do it. I know that sounds crazy, but I think that you, as a young person, you're so protected. Or you could be protected, right? But getting out of your comfort zone is so difficult these days since you have everything at the touch of a button, right? I mean, why would you? I mean, I don't even have to leave my house anymore. I can order food and it shows up at my house. But I think what really struck me as important and why I'm going to mention it is, so side story. I had a massage the other day because I save up and I like to have a massage, right? And I care for myself that way. So I had enough points. Yes, I am a member of Massage Envy. I'm proud. Thank you very much. It's okay. But so far I've had a really positive experience with them. So yes. So that being said, I went and I was talking to the masseuse because I don't actually like relax. I don't think I've ever relaxed a day in my life. Let's be frank. So relax. I talk through an entire session. Totally okay with that. That is just me talking to people. I just love talking to people. I just like to get to know them and ask them questions and things like that. And so, so if you guys haven't seen my video about my tattoo, it's up. It's there. It's interesting how many people have commented on it that aren't really usually like subscribers, but it's kind of funny. But so she noticed it and she said, "Do you know the proverb for that?" And I said, "There's a Chinese proverb." I said, "Yeah, well, I actually believe in a couple of those." And so the ones that I believe in is my mother gifted me this. This is the red string of fate. So if you haven't noticed it or learned about it, that's what that is. And I usually, if you've seen my other videos, I usually have one tied to my hand. This girl saw it and she was so excited. Like she said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so dying to get one." But she'd never heard of it being gifted. And I said, "Well, the reason why it's gifted is because the gift is from the person who has held on to it for so many years." And I believe that this is also a African tribal myth as well. And so I used to receive bracelets like this as a kid they were hand woven and they would sit on your wrist until they'd fall off. And that was the good luck and the protection that you got from that person who gifted it to you or a family member. So the concept also is applied in this red string of fate. So the positivity of this, what I'm telling you guys, is the fact that this girl was just so excited. She was surprised that someone else knew about it because usually she's telling other people about it. And I looked at her and I said, "So, or what are you going to do? Are you going to get it?" And she goes, "Well, I need somebody to gift it to me, I suppose. That sounds like the best thing to do," because that's really what the essential purpose of it was. And so I remember I looked down at my hand, at my wrist, and now I have mine, my permanent one, and I looked at it and I thought to myself, and I got this moment of inspiration. I got this moment of positivity because it sounded like she was really having a hard time in her life. And I felt as though that she needed some. She needed positivity, not just from anybody, but a stranger's kindness. And I encourage you guys that when you see something like this, I encourage you to do it. I encourage you to give somebody just a little bit of kindness. A stranger, whoever it is, give them kindness because sometimes you don't know what they're going through. You don't know how hard their life might be right now. And it's so important that we gift kindness sometimes. I took my bracelet off and I said, "Look, I've been wearing this for over 10 years. It's managed to stay on my wrist that way. It's not doing so hot," but placed it in her hand and I said, "Go get your tattoo because I'm gifting you my 10 years of positive feelings and positivity and I'm going to gift this to you so that you can go into your day and go into your life now with some protection and a gift from a stranger." And I mean, she just started crying. So I encourage you guys, go ahead. Be a stranger, be a kind stranger too. Don't always think it's always somebody's out to get you. Some people just deserve a little humanitarian kindness, okay? Step out of your comfort zone, you guys. You got to do it. If not, you're never going to grow. So get out of there. Get out of your hole. Get out of the rut. Get out of all that. All right? Get out of all of the rut. Get out of the grind. Do something a little different, even if it means taking a trip. I know it sounds even really so silly, but even if it means just going and renting a hotel room. Man, this is a big one, guys. All right, this is going to be ugly. Hang on. I hope I don't drop my phone. All right, here we go. Ugh. All right. So even if it means renting a hotel room, as I mentioned, in the same city, just get out. Just do something different. Don't go home. Don't drive those streets that you normally drive. Just take that day, take that evening, take those 2 days, however long it takes for you to decide. I mean, don't take like a month because then who's gonna like hire you? But just kidding. But take that time and just be with yourself and get out of that grind and just be a little more comfortable with the unknown. I think a lot of people just get so held on to, well, it's not something I've done before, and it's not something I feel comfortable doing. I said, well, that's how you grow. You got to get out of there. You got to step out. All right. And I will admit, as the first person, it was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. But I did it. And guess what? I'm in a better place now. Maybe it'll put you in a positive place where you've been seeking that and you haven't been able to find it. Okay. So those are my 3. I think those were 3, right? Those were my, I'm not going to put numbers on them anymore. Those are my recommendations for the new year right now. Those were my like top ones I thought of. I think one of these trees is going to fall on me, considering how old they are and how windy it is, and I don't want to die. So I'm going to start making my way back because, see, look, there's a down tree already. But there's something called widowmakers, and I mean, it would work out if it was John. Don't tell him I said this, but because I have dark humor, this is all dark humor, but I would like to be the widow, not him, in this situation. No, I'm kidding. Seriously, it's a dark joke. Don't worry. God knows how dark I get. I think I'll start doing that. Here we go. We're panning around. Beautiful woods here. It is getting a little crummy out here. It is getting a little more rainy out here. I was trying to see if I could get out with Cody because it's been raining a lot. A lot. And we're bored. We'd like to go out and do more of these. So this is a great time to tell you, I guess, maybe what I'm doing if you guys are interested. If not, you're totally welcome to turn this off and move on with your lives if you wish to, or take my advice and start going on the Amazon and ordering your planner. I don't know. I'm literally just about to be certified in the state. So I have now dual certification. I will have dual certification in 2 states. I highly recommend nurses who want to go out and travel to work on your licenses as early as possible. It takes forever to credential. I literally have been waiting since before Christmas, and this has sucked. All right, this has totally sucked. I'm waiting for that, and as soon as I get that, I am going to start my work, and I'm looking forward to doing that at my practice, and I will be going ahead and beginning that journey, and I'm hoping to record it with you guys since I think it's a little different. I think it's going to be a little more intimate. So yeah, so I'm hoping to do that. I think it'll be pretty intimate. I'm actually hoping to show you procedures and stuff like that. But I'm also kind of looking at doing some like aesthetics as well, since I think that my mom would really love that, and she's very excited and she's looking forward to me doing that. So I guess showing you guys some of that would be cool. I'm considering opening up my own business, as I've mentioned briefly in some of my videos. But I believe in being the most prepared is the way to do it. So I'm going to spend this year and maybe some of next year learning how to operate, learning how to run a business. And essentially what I'm doing is putting myself through an internship with my physician, and I'm hoping to show you what that is and show you what it looks like and possibly start working on that kind of stuff down the line. So that's exciting. I think it's exciting. I hope you guys think it's exciting. So I'd love to take you on that journey with me. Look, Cody's doing his business. Let me go grab the baggie. Hang tight. I got to work on policies. I got to learn restrictions and limitations. I got to look into just so many different things about the profession that are more on the legal side, and the stuff that really a lot of medical school doesn't really bother to teach you about. And I can say that about not just nursing school, but physician medical school. They don't teach you how to run a business. They teach you medicine. That's it. No other life skills. Just the medicine part. So a lot of us who are done with medicine, some people think that we're just automatically ready to open our own practices, which is very, very, very wrong. We have no idea. I really encourage people to go out and look into entrepreneurship because it's not what it seems. So learning how to run one and learning how to be successful is something that I think should be focused on more. So if you guys have a different view or opinion, I'm totally open to see it, read it, understand it. I want to know. I want to understand the different sides of these issues or situations, because it's so essential to learn from others. I didn't stop learning, you guys, the second I graduated. I'm still learning. In fact, I invest in my education even after school, like after formal school. I find that some of the stuff I'm learning that's outside of education, like formalized education, is so much more valuable. And that's crazy. So crazy. There we go. Yeah, so I am currently, so just for an example, so I'm sure if you guys are active on Facebook like I am, that the masterclass ads have popped up, and I have been dying to get it, and I didn't want to spend the money while I was in school because, let's face it, I'm broke. So instead, I kind of waited until after school, and I finished paying off my car. Woo woo! I'm done with that. And so that money, that extra little money I had, I said, okay, well, I can definitely throw it at my credit cards, which I do with a lot of it. But I'm also investing in myself. And I believe something so valuable, such as education, is where your money needs to go. But focus it on things that are going to help you now as well. I get it. You want to have a diploma, you want a paper. Don't fall into what they did to the millennials. And I'm sorry to bring it up, and it might be a sore topic for some people, but there are a lot of us who are so far in debt. So far in debt. It is utterly disappointing. And there are people who get out of college and have no opportunities for a job. So look at what you're doing. Look at what you're investing in. Invest in something you know is going to give you a return. So I went ahead and I bought the masterclass. I have no affiliates with them. I have nothing to do with them. I did this for myself. So the reason why was I saw one of my favorite authors, and I'll post it in where my audiobook list is, but one of my favorite books, finished it actually a few months ago now, but it's on my list and you'll see it. I'll post it for you guys. It's called Never Split the Difference by Voss. And I saw that he was offering a master. When I saw him on it, I was blown. I was like, oh, that's it, I'm buying it. I bought it. And the best deal, if you do the math, the best deal is the 180 if you calculate it, because you have access to all of them. And so I started the Voss, Never Split the Difference, and he teaches you about negotiation, which I think is something that a lot of people lack that skill. And he is the top of the top expert in it. I mean, this is the guy who negotiates for hostages internationally. Like, this was that guy. He would negotiate for your family's life if you were captured or kidnapped. And I started watching it and I love it. And I mean, it is based definitely on his book. He talks about all these things, but he breaks it down in smaller, easy to swallow chunks. And I have just been enjoying it. The other person I started watching is Anna Wintour. Anna Wintour is the head and chief editor of Vogue. I mean, I'm going to butcher this title of hers real good. Wait for it. But I mean, I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie. It's one of my faves. The Devil Wears Prada. She is the Meryl Streep, okay? That is her job. And it's a very, very incredible job that she does. But what I did like about her masterclass, which I almost am done with, is she's teaching you such valuable leadership skills that these are not skills that are taught in school. These are taught in experience. You have to flex the muscles, you guys. So I encourage you guys to look at hers, look at Voss's if you guys decide to do the master classes. I know my husband's dying to do the Gordon Ramsay one. So Voss and Anna Wintour so far are the ones I've seen and I love. They're fantastic. Really great, really applicable. You can use a lot of those skills in a lot of your life. And so I am a proponent of positivity and a proponent of helping you get the life you need to get to. All right. So I think that was a pretty productive walk in the woods, y'all. You never know. I'll put the video together and find out I have 10 minutes worth. Who knows? Whew. I hope you guys had a great time on this walk in the woods. Let's see where the Cody is. Cody! Yeah. Oh, goodness. So I hope you guys had a great time with us. We thank you for your schnoz there. Ooh. So we had an awesome time. And I hope you guys enjoyed my walk in the woods. This is the third walk in the woods. Or if you guys think of a topic, put it down here. I have a few interesting videos that I am starting to get together and roll up. We'll see how. I figured I'd just post like audiobook stuff for you guys so you can see at least what I read, and maybe you'll be inspired to read it too. I don't know. I love reading. If I'm not reading, there's something wrong. But yeah, so questions are always welcome. I thank you so much for joining me on this walk in the woods. I hope you had a great time with me and Cody, and take care, be healthy, get out there, have a great rest of your year.
I'm concentrating on the camera. I'm working on that. I apologize. So today is going to be another positive talk. My intros are getting so bad lately since I'm not really great at these.
So I'm kind of like.
Alright, so here we go. Hey Cody, what's up? You're a little yipper dog, huh? You hear him? Well, you're not a yipper dog, are you? No, you're the best dog. You're the bestest dog, huh? Guess he needs a bath. Alright,